Hey everyone, and welcome to Outcast, where you are the outcast, but you are also not the outcast. My name is Levi, and we are glad to have you here today. Sit back, enjoy yourself, and take away something special from today's podcast. We plan to stick around. If you do, you can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Podbean. With that being said, enjoy today's podcast. And we are live. By the way, we're going to be also watching the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chiefs play. So if sometimes you see our eyes graze away from the camera if you're watching on YouTube, that's exactly why. So we have James's phone set up right now. But anyway, that's besides the point. So welcome to Outcast, everyone. This is going to be a really good podcast. This is a podcast I've always wanted to record aside from never actually having a podcast, just like being introduced on someone's podcast, because I think I could make really great points for this podcast. And it's going to be kind of like Joe Rogan. They talk about this in this one podcast, obviously not his podcast. We're nowhere near that level, but something similar. And it's why everyone should work out. And I'm not talking about lifting weights. I'm just saying workout in general. It could literally be playing soccer every single day, or it could be, I don't know, playing badminton every single day. Just something where you're moving your body and your blood is going and just you feel more so alive. You're not just some deadbeat horse, I guess you would say. Just something that's not, I don't know, just a lousy piece of lazy.
Horses are pretty athletic.
Yeah, I was going to say horses are pretty athletic, but I said a dead horse. A dead horse doesn't move. Yeah. So,
yeah.
I mean, the reason, so I'm going to, I guess, start out with like why I think everyone should work out is not only are you moving your body, but I just feel it does a lot in terms of brain chemistry and a lot of chemicals that are released from working out, and also encourages you to take action in other things, and also increases your confidence. And if you have increased confidence, obviously you're going to be taking action in a lot more things. So that's my biggest reasoning for it. I just think that people need to work out more. It's just kind of weird that there's this stupid body positivity thing. And I'm not saying that body positivity is stupid, but it is. It is, but it isn't.
I saw a post, actually, I think it was on Twitter or Facebook, that was talking about body positivity is like good in the way of like, say you lost your arm, or you have like something you can't fix, being positive about that versus being body positive about being overweight or something you can fix.
Yeah. Like there's nothing like, I'm gonna be honest, there's nothing positive about being fat.
Yeah.
What is there that's positive from it? You can't walk upstairs without feeling like you're out of breath. You can't do a lot, almost, I feel like, without something getting in the way because you're fat.
You're warm during the winter. You can hibernate.
James, have you ever actually talked to someone and gone, oh, like, you're fat. Do you notice any, like, upsides of it other than you can eat a lot more than I can?
Yeah, I've never asked anyone that.
Yeah, and I guess I say this because someone literally commented on my TikTok the other day and was like, oh, the reason I don't work out is because I don't really care to. I have other things to do during the day. If you have time to comment on my TikTok, you have time to work out. Sorry, that's just the truth of it. We'll kind of get into that because there's things that I'm guilty of that I wish I would do, but I don't. Anyway, yeah, so someone's like, oh, yeah, I'm chubby and I don't work out and I feel great about myself. I know you're like, that's a damn lie. Like, what do you think their reaction would be if I was like, you're fat? Like, if you were fat and I called you fat, how would you feel?
Be super upset. Probably cry. Probably accuse you of being fat phobic.
Well.
Run into the safe space.
Run into the safe space. Like, I think, we've had fat friends growing up before.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to name names.
Well, yeah, but obviously. Yeah. I mean, there was a time I remember where we were kind of, and I guess we could get, like, not just talk about fat people because there's obviously anorexic and skinny people and body positivity in that way. But people don't really, it's so weird because body positivity was literally, no offense, made for fat people. That term was almost just invented for fat people because no one talks about anorexic people. It's almost like fat people are like, yeah, you can't like have body positivity because you're skinny. It's like, dude, being overly skinny is almost more dangerous than being overly fat.
Yeah.
To an extent. It depends.
It's like a spectrum. There's
yeah.
Fat on one end of the extremes, then super skinny on the other end.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. Like super skinny almost doesn't have like I can't be positive about being skinny.
Yeah.
Like that makes no sense because they're not good, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the mental health of almost being like that skinny is worse. I don't know.
I think the whole body positivity got tied into like being overweight and fat from like pop culture. You have like more plus size, like the plus size models are all about body positivity, like commercials, magazines, like everything.
Yeah, like the reason, like, so like consumerism literally works by seeing something that you like, that you think you could look good in. Dude, literally there's a body positivity commercial playing right now as we're literally sitting here. This girl is like 350 pounds wearing athletic gear.
Fat reduction surgery instead of working out.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Anyway, so I literally, example, back to, I guess, the consumerism thing is if I see someone with workout clothes on and I'm someone who works out, that is going to be more tempting for me to buy because I'm like, oh, like they look good working out in it. How good would I look in it? And then you get interested and you're like, oh, I'm kind of curious. And then you buy it. That's like how consumerism works. So when they put fat people, no offense, into workout gear, and I'm not saying because it's like I would say it's encouraging when I see a fat person in the gym in workout gear because at least they're making a change. I don't want people to think I'm just this fat phobic mania because no, if you're trying to make an actual change in your life and you're fat, like no, that's great. But I think it's just literally like that's not appealing. That's not appealing. Like you said, pop culture, that is not appealing. I do not want to go buy something that this fat person is wearing. And that honestly, that's where I think Gymshark went wrong. Why would you start putting all this body positivity thing and then you also have these guys that are taking gear?
Yeah, well, they lost a ton of their sponsored athletes too.
Well, yeah.
It's like crazy.
Yeah, but that's the thing because they'll literally have Chris Bumstead and then they have like Lizzo.
Yeah.
Like totally different spectrums.
Yeah.
By the way, James and Lizzo used to have a thing.
Shut up.
I just had to toss that in there. But yeah, I don't get it. Pop culture is so stupid. And they push so much more other things. And it can also be tied into, I guess, more so feeling confident about yourself. And like, by the way, this, I would say podcast is also about being encouraged. Like it's about Outcast. Like you're different. But it's not to say, oh, be proud and confident of who you are if there's things that need to be fixed. It's more like self-improvement. So like I don't want anyone that might be new watching this being like, wow, like this person not making them feel good. No, it's to make you go, oh, like I need to take care of myself. Like I'm different, but I also need to take care of myself. Like I have my own individuality skill set that makes me different from the rest of everyone else. It's not to say, oh, you're fat and that makes you different. No. Yeah. There's so much fat people in the world. It's like 55% of America's obese.
Yeah.
So you're not different. You're the majority.
I feel like just thinking about the word fat too has been like demonized by just modern culture. Like you can't call someone fat or that's offensive, but it's like you can call me when I was underweight, I could be called skinny. Yeah. And I wasn't offended by that, but
I feel like maybe that's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe not just in our age. I think it's worsened.
Yeah.
I could only imagine because some 80s movies, there's like fat people.
Yeah.
And like you can kind of tell, but like there's a skinny kid in the movie and no one really like points anything out.
I think it's just weird because like skinny isn't that big of an insult when being like super skinny is still as big of a health problem as fat.
Yeah, for sure. Because your body's not getting any nutrients. You're probably tired all the time, feeling like crap. So yeah, there's probably a bunch of like same health issues. That's all I was like, it's probably the same. We have a football league to join later today and just like sent us a message. But yeah, I mean, there's a reason why, what was I going to say? Like skinny people, I would say I feel like there's like a clash between skinny people and fat people.
Yeah.
Because skinny people are like, okay, well, you're fat. And then the fat people are like, well, you're skinny. You have nothing to worry about. But then the skinny people are like, well, what do you mean? Like, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
Because neither are healthy. Like, I feel like we've been focusing so much on fat things. But like I said, the culture of today's society is pushing it's okay to be fat. And I don't think that's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to be fat and like try to better yourself, but I don't think it's okay to be fat and be fat.
Yeah. Not just because of like outward appearance too, like, oh, fat.
Yeah.
It's more like health. Like there's so many different studies that being overweight is terrible for your health. It's not like you can be fat and be super healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like heart problems, all that.
Yeah. Like I think people forget about that. Like how, like I don't understand it. Like just, oh, it's okay to be fat. Okay, so you're telling me it's okay to get diabetes. You're telling me it's okay to possibly have my limbs removed. You're telling me it's okay to have, like, get sick all the time because your immune system gets compromised. You know what I mean? To me, being fat and, like, choosing to be fat is selfish.
Yeah.
You could not tell me different. And I'm not trying to be, like, a jerk about this. Like, I feel like people think I hate fat people. I don't hate fat people. I've literally had fat friends. But my fat friends were all into athletics. They kind of understood their position in athletics and stuff, and it didn't get to them too much. It was just kind of like, okay, I play this role. I'm an athletic. I'm kind of a bigger dude, but I'm not lazy. It's just kind of I fit this well, and you know I still work out. They were still healthy, I would say, but being fat too.
Well, yeah, you look at an NFL lineman.
Yeah,
they have more body fat, but they're still so muscular.
Yeah, muscular in shape. They have a big body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, I think I was going somewhere with that. Kind of lost track of that. Again, I'm tired. I always show up tired on here. But yeah, I don't really understand the acceptance. Oh, it was the selfishness. And I just think it's selfish because it's like, okay, you're choosing to be fat, but you're going to, like, people in your life are going to face the consequences. Like, loved ones are going to face the consequences of you dealing with health problems because you're not deciding to make a change in your life. That's my issue with it, too. Like, okay, being fat is selfish. Ooh. Someone's trying to find your phone. But, yeah, I think being selfish is, fat is selfish. Being selfish is fat. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same for skinny. I think if you're also choosing to be skinny, too. Because I think I don't know what anorexia is like, but it's more so like, I think it's just choosing not to eat, but I think it's like, that's why I said it's a lot more mental health because you're choosing not to eat because I feel like you're sad about something. And then like, I feel like you look down at your appearance. I don't know. I really don't know how anorexia works. That's why I don't have much of a say on it. Yeah. But just because like, for me, I can go between being, really in shape, shredded, to putting on weight. And when I put on weight, I understand this, I would say, circumstance of what it is to be fat. And I'm like, you would literally have to be lazy.
Yeah.
Like, you would literally have to do a lot of sitting around
Just
to be fat.
Nothing.
Yeah, like literally. And I guess that kind of brings us into the topic where I was like, it's going to be like Joe Rogan. Like, if you're fat, that means you have time to work out.
And it's like, yeah, just that lazy point. Because it's like the last 2 months, I have cut 13 pounds just by sticking to just lifting, no cardio, and limiting my calories. It's easy.
Discipline.
It's mental at that point.
Yeah, discipline. It's just, I have to agree with you. It's just mental. Like, it's literally a choice. And, you're choosing to, I would say, live your life that way. Even like skinny people, because I know there's skinny people that don't even work out. Yeah. It's just, both ways can be lazy, because I've definitely seen like a lazy gamer who's super skinny, skin to the bones, anorexic. It's just, they're not all just playing video games. It's just, why are you you're choosing to do that? And here's where I'm going to say I'm guilty, because I said I was going to say I'm guilty of it kind of in a sense. So for example, this happened the other night. I was going to bed and I was like, oh, I'm going to go to bed now. I'm way too tired to read my book. Yeah. As soon as I get into bed, I turn my phone on.
Yeah, that happens to me too.
Yeah.
Lay down, turn off my light. I don't want to read. I'm going to go to sleep. And I'm like scrolling through something.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of the same thing. Obviously, it's like I'm probably only going to spend like 20 minutes reading or 15. Yeah. But, a workout is like 45 minutes. It's just, I don't understand how you can't, and I understand there's like a mental, like you said, it's mental. You have to tell yourself that you're enjoying what you're doing to be excited about doing it. And I just don't understand how you can't get excited about working out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have to go to the gym. Oh, this sucks. I'm going to be so much more confident and look so much better. This is going to suck.
I think part of like,
what?
I can't really speak to like females that are overweight or super skinny, but for males, it kind of ties into like what we talked about on your dad's podcast. Because if you think about it, like working out and fine tuning your body and trying to put on muscle or at least look good is like rooted in like the values of what it means to be like a man. Like you're big, you're a provider, you're strong, you need to be, when like cavemen, they need to be ripped to provide for their cave families. But as guys kind of start losing manliness in like our generation, I can see like focuses more on like the video games that just things that please them, make them feel good, instead of like, all right, I need to get in shape.
Yeah, no, dude, that was a great explanation, because I don't know, I'm trying to find the words beyond I agree, but that is so true, because why wouldn't you want to look like a provider to me? Like, why wouldn't you want to go, yeah, look, I'm I can keep the family safe. I can do this for you. If things, were in public, if something happened, like, I'm here to protect you. And I'm not saying, like, okay, sometimes being short can kind of suck to your advantage, especially if you were to get into something. But I think, for example, I've seen my dad. My dad is someone who's in shape, like overly in shape. And I'm not saying overly in shape. I wouldn't say overly in shape. Overly in shape is like constant. My dad has beer every night, so I don't know exactly what I'm saying. Anyway, I know what I'm saying, but I guess my point is just, if you have a look to you that people go, okay, I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah.
Or he looks in shape. It's just human nature sort of thing. Like you said, cavemen, like you're kind of, you have to be this way.
Like the primal instinct.
Yeah. Like there's a primal, like, I don't think people understand there's still a primal instinct within us. And that could literally be this huge tie, because I honestly think there's this huge tie-in with just the primal kind of human we still are, and with today's society. And I feel like that's why it's so hard in today's society. I feel like it plays such a big role that we don't know about, because we just live in the world we live in.
Yeah, society's kind of enabled the lazy kind of culture.
Yeah. That's why I feel like there's a head battle. Yeah. That's why it's like, I want to do this and I know I should, but why am I not?
Yeah.
Because like we were made to do that. Like, I'm not here to say, oh, we weren't here to walk with shoes on. Because like we could definitely go without shoes. If you've ever walked barefoot before, you know it's possible. It sucks.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying. And this could play into like a whole different factor. Like, for example, cold showers. I've been doing that again recently, because the way I look at it is, I don't want to get too far off topic, but when you go, like, so if I was in the wild, where could I go wash my body? I'd have to go into some sort of clean stream. Sure, I don't know where I'm going to get a big old bathtub. Sure,
if you're in Switzerland, you get the hot springs.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like if you're lucky enough, you'll find a hot spring, but like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what are the odds that you're going to find one? You know what I'm saying? So I guess like my point is, it's just, there's so much derived from back then that you could put into today's thing. And that's why I think like people I almost feel like self-improvement isn't true in a sense, even though it is, because like I'm all about it and that's like what I want to help people with. But at the same time, I almost feel like self-improvement is just taking a step toward being a human. Does that make sense? Kind of like working your brain, survival sort of things, like being in shape.
Yeah. Like,
because that's a form of self-improvement. Like all these forms of self-improvement are kind of almost primal things.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if it is. Like reading was something that eventually became a self-improvement thing because we were learning. And now it's part of who you are. Like you read things and I think it's good. It's good on the brain.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I've tied together from that, at least. By the way, the Bengals are up 24-21. This video will be out by the time this game's over with. So next Monday. Yeah. So yeah, we're not spoiling anything, but let's just hope that the Bengals go to the playoff. Comment down below if you wanted the Bengals or the Chiefs. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think that's true though? Like self-improvement is sort of tied to like being just like a primal.
Yeah, I can see that. You're trying to be like the best version of a human that you were made to be, I guess. Kind of like, I don't know. Because I feel like working out ties with like pushing your body to its limits.
Yeah.
To see what it's capable of.
100%.
So, not just working out to like intelligence. How intelligent can I be? How much knowledge can I take in? How much of this can I do or that can I do before I reach my limit?
Yeah, and I think that's really good because I think it also ties in because obviously during like primal like I guess times, you know, with like caveman and stuff, I'm pretty sure there's different strengths and weakness because obviously genetics play a factor. So I would say primal way of living based on like my genetics and my makeup is I am not the smartest dude, but I would say I'm fairly smart, but I'm more so I can physically push myself through a lot more than people are willing to do. And so I would say like my primal instinct is rooted within some sort of physical aspect, but I think people can have both. So I would say like Jordan Peterson is someone who is so intellectual that he could survive in a primal way because he would just be so smart that he can make it work. I don't know if that makes sense. I guess what I'm trying to say is everyone would have their strengths and weaknesses in a primal state. I feel like I'm taking it far, but I'm getting lost in explaining it.
I think all of it kind of ties into like survival of the fittest. You want to like push yourself to be the best you can be, to pass on your genes to make the next generation and the next generation even better. Yeah. Instead of ending up like all the people in the spaceship on Wall-E.
Yeah, 100%, because I think that's where they're trying to put us.
Well, that's where we're headed with such a life of ease enabled by all the technology we have and everything.
Yeah, like the metaverse.
Yeah.
Dude, someone offered me to buy property in the metaverse.
Jeez.
I don't know. Like, I wonder if there's profit to be made in that. Does that make sense? Like, actually buying? Because, like, it would be cool for me to hire someone so I actually don't have to put the thing on and go in, because I'm never going to put that on. I vouch to myself that I'm never going to put one of those things on. Because you'll literally become, like we're talking about, not working out in the metaverse. Like, you could go to the gym in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, look at how much better. Like, you will literally be a self-improvement human in the metaverse and not with, like, actual body.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like the Matrix.
Yeah. Literally like the Matrix. Wow. That's insane.
Good game.
This game is insanely good. But yeah, I just think that we're literally I don't know. Wall-E was definitely a good representation of where the future's headed.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why you should work out so we don't end up like that.
Yeah, I know we were kind of just harsh on like maybe skinny people or fat people. I don't think we were necessarily harsh. I think it's just like a truth.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow, and you got to be able to swallow that pill because I don't know, you just got to. There's pills I got to swallow, and I would say just like continuously pushing my intellectual skills and practicing things that I want to get closer to toward my goals. And there's a lot more, like we all deal with, I would say, different things. Some people it's a money issue, some people it's like a confidence issue, some people it's a weight issue. So yeah, just work out. Stop the world from becoming what they're trying to make it. Yeah. Because isn't in Wall-E too, there's people that rule. I can't remember. Yeah, there's people that rule it, right? At one point, and I can't remember exactly what's happening. I haven't seen that movie in a while, honestly. But Wall-E is such a good, I would say, depiction of what our world will look like if people don't do something.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Just get big and lazy.
Big and lazy. Big and lazy. How will you work? Oh, you'll work in the metaverse. That's right.
Yeah.
On a floating Death Star.
Might be nice for the rest of us.
What do you mean?
Strong-minded people that don't use the metaverse, but the whole earth to ourselves.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I would love to know, honestly. Like, I would love to live long enough with kind of like my age too. Because I don't want to live to see where I'm too old where I can't do anything about it. But I would love to see if there was like a time period like that where people like are in a metaverse almost, and then like I'm like choosing not to be. And I would love to see if people would like that are in charge coming after me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like kind of survival of the fittest.
Like being unvaccinated.
Kind of, yeah, like that too. Hunted down.
Yeah, by the government. With like dart guns that have the vaccine loaded into them.
Dude, if that started happening, that'd be crazy, dude. I don't know what we would do. Buy a bunker.
I found land in Montana I was telling you about last night.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Go off the grid.
That brings me almost to another point, and it kind of has to deal with farmers and I really honestly didn't expect to talk about this, but farmers and just people who live off the grid and are kind of just redneckish, like just like primal, I would say, it's humans that really don't have any in touch with kind of what today is going on in society. Like you meet these people if you've ever been to Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, any of these places. There's not like one person that's not in shape. Arizona too, by the way. Yeah. Even though they're not farmers, they just have to be in shape because the weather kind of forces them to be in shape. Because
a lot of manual labor.
Yeah, a lot of manual labor. Plus, in Arizona, there's a lot of get-togethers outside, and you don't want to be that one person that shows up and you're like, wow, I feel left out of place. Even though you shouldn't fit in, but you also can't fit in. I'm just kidding. That was like a really rude joke. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people that are redneckish, I guess you could call it, or just live in the countryside are in shape. They, like, not like the best in shape, but they're you could tell, like, this person could provide. They can do everything they need to do to survive. They've made it this far without technology. Well, little technology, but
they're probably a lot more stress-free.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't think when I'm older I'll have a TV.
Really?
Yeah. I'll just have like, that would kind of be a lie because if I could continue to pursue social media, I'd kind of need it in a sense to watch it, but I could also have just a laptop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't want, I would just hate to raise my children and then they become metaverse children.
I won't even have real children. He'll just have metaverse childs.
Digital children?
Yep.
Digital children. Dude. Oh my gosh, your body would literally decay if you're in the metaverse. I don't know if you guys seen that picture, that meme, that guy's like, oh yeah, I just bought a $20 million house in the metaverse and his room is hella dirty and there's cans everywhere and clothes. Have you seen that photo?
Yeah.
That meme is so funny.
I don't know, maybe the government will make pods with fluid in them that you just get put in. You have a feeding tube in your mouth and you're just eternally asleep, but you're alive in the metaverse.
I almost feel like we're not. It's not. I don't think the government would ever, because obviously the government doesn't want to give away money. I just don't think that they would do something like that. I almost feel like instead they just want to dumb us down and make us so lazy that they have absolute. And I don't think it's just the government like the U.S. I just think it's the entirety of the world, just so that whoever's in control, kind of like we talked in the last one with dictators and stuff, people in these countries and stuff ruling the world. I just think that they want us to become, like I said, if you're I don't want you to not be fat because I choose people not to be fat. I genuinely think it's a world issue. I don't want these hierarchy people to get everyone or the majority of the world fat and lazy so that when, stuff hits the fan, we can't fight. We can fight back. Yeah. I guess. Not necessarily fight back, but stand up for what's right. And I probably won't be alive during that time.
Probably.
You think I'll be alive?
I don't know if it comes sooner rather than later.
I mean, it moved at a fast rate recently, so I might be, but I might be old by then.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, you're going to have the great reset pretty soon with Russia. Crumble Bitcoin.
Crumble Bitcoin, what do you mean?
Bitcoin's mined in Russia now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, everything's digital. Like, that's why I think, like, Bitcoin and everything, like, here to stay. Like, how could it not be? Because it's digital. It literally goes with the whole aspect of, like, the metaverse. Like, it literally goes with everything that we're talking about. It's a lazier, like, everything that's put onto a tablet or a phone is automatically lazier. Literally.
Yeah.
Like, money on a phone is so different than, like, 1, 2, 3, like, actually taking out of your wallet. Because, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of old people have cash.
Yeah.
Do your old grandparents carry cash a lot? So do mine. The only reason I don't is because I'm like, I kind of want my credit card points. Like, I'm going to use this to my advantage.
I don't know. I've been keeping a lot.
Really?
Like my safe.
In your safe, yeah. Because
I know we're probably due for, like, a depression soon. Like the Great Depression.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to have it all in the bank.
I think I'm just going to have to go for some lithium, bro. Like we talked about in the last pod. Lithium or, what else? Lithium or gold and silver. I still think gold and silver.
Gold and silver is probably going to be.
My dad didn't think so, but I still think so.
Vibranium from Black Panther.
Dude, you want to know what was cool? My uncle, I actually panned gold with him when I was like in 7th or 8th grade.
Really?
My Uncle Jared, do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mined gold with him, dude. We like took gold, panning it, dude, and you take out like the little scrapes. Dude, it's so cool because I think if you mine, like we had this huge bag of it. I think if we mined enough of it, we could have had enough for like a little capsule of gold like that big. It probably would have been worth like a few $100.
I want to buy like
a mine.
No, like I think it's like the Shire Mint or something online. So it's just like big chunks of silver and gold right now.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Talk to Caleb.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think people realize how. So I have a friend named Caleb. Literally, he buys gold and silver because like he knows it's an investment. The kid's 17. He'll literally post like gold on his story. I don't think people understand how much money that is when he posts it.
It's a lot.
Dude, it's like thousands.
Just for like a gold coin is like $300 right now.
Dude, he be posting like some big ass things. It's insane.
Bricks are worth a ton.
Yeah, he'd be posting some stuff. But yeah, aside from that, I just think that, you know, people need to get away from this because like I think just overall being fat, being lazy is associated with like letting these people that are like part of like a hierarchy system, allowing just room for, you know, to take over kind of us as a civilization and humans and everything. That's kind of like my thought on it. It's not really here to just bash people and say you should work out. I just think you should work out for survival of the fittest. Like I more a big picture. Like I'm not saying I work out to be survival of the fittest. It's just something I love and I'm passionate about. But I don't think, like, I don't know. That's just my thought on it.
Yeah. Even just 10 minutes a day. Get up and go walk.
Yeah.
We had on your birthday when we went downtown. It was me, your dad, and John. We're in the. I think I told you we were in the back of the
car
on the trunk.
And I'm arguing with my mom and Mackenzie.
Talking about, you know, walking's free. It doesn't cost anything. Your Netflix subscription, that costs money. The food you're eating, that costs money. But literally going out and walking and getting yourself in shape is free. You don't need the gym membership.
Not workouts. Pull-ups, push-ups, running, walking, air squats, free.
Go to a park and do calisthenics. They have anything you need there.
Free. FREEY. Free 99.
FREEY.
Did I say that?
Yes.
Holy crap. I said I'm smart, and then I just made myself sound stupid. But anyway, no, like literally FREE.99. Free 99. Literally. Like, it's crazy. Because that's so true. Because a lot of the times we will spend, if like you're lazy, on your phone. Like your phone bill.
Yeah.
Costs money to be on your phone. Other things.
We're watching football.
Yeah, watching football. I love how we're like watching football as we're doing that.
To score.
Boom!
Mahomes
got lit up, and then the camera
so did
stopped.
My connection.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this podcast, I think. It's just a very short and simple one. I really don't have much to add. I think we added a lot to it, a lot of conspiracy, a lot of just truth.
Yeah.
It's a hard pill to swallow. I just, like I said, just get in shape. I think one thing that's holding people back is fear. If you're literally held back by fear, and this coming from someone who's been held back by fear of other things not working out, you just got to send it. Like once you send working out, you will just start slowly doing other things that'll improve who you are. Hey, really quick before you leave, I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in today's episode on Outcast. If you liked today's episode, consider hitting that follow button. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and YouTube. Also, there's a donation link below to help support the podcast. Again, thank you, and I can't wait to have you for the next one.